Thiago Messi is on his way to becoming the next big thing in football. From crazy goals to amazing skills and even playing like his dad now, Thiago's taking the football world by storm. And it's no big secret that this is all thanks to one person, his dad. See, Thiago's Lionel Messi's first son, and it's almost as if he's taken his dad's genes. Messi's the GOAT, the man has won everything and is basically surfing in football right now. But Messi knows his career is almost up, and that's why he's trying to make sure he raises the next generation of superstar ballers from his family to keep up the tradition, starting with his son Thiago. Thiago was born on November 2nd, 2012, and ever since he was a kid, all he's ever known has been football. Growing up, his dad Messi was at the peak of his powers. At the time, Messi had just broken the record for the most goals scored in a calendar year, and had won the Ballon d'Or 4 times in a row. But now he had Thiago. This was going to be a new challenge for him, because with Thiago in the picture now, he wasn't just trying to be the best player in the world, he was also trying to become the perfect dad. As soon as Thiago could walk, it was straight into football. Guess that's why it got him playing like this now. Back then, Thiago was still in the developmental stage, but having a dad like Messi, it was clear for the coaches at Barca to see that the kid was going to be talented. He was already leaving defenders for shreds at an early age. Thiago's rise in the Barca academy was quick. With his goals and insane performances every week, the coaches didn't have a choice but to move him up the age levels until Thiago himself made a decision that almost ruined everything. I want to become a goalkeeper just like Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Thiago, whoa! No way you've got the best player in the world and want to stay in goal. I can't even wrap my head around this. See guys, the reason Thiago wanted to switch positions was that he'd seen ter Stegen pull off a couple of stunning saves in the past, and after hearing people nickname him the German Spider-Man, it must have been cool to see. Thiago wanted to become that too, and in return, ter Stegen was ready to help him. If he says he wants to become a goalkeeper, then I will be happy to help him, just like his dad helped me all those years back. Amazing! But in the end, Thiago chose to stay outfield, so I'm guessing all of that must have been a phase. By this time, his career at Barca was really starting to kick off, until it happened. 2021, and because of COVID, Thiago had to watch from home as his dad Messi finally won a major trophy with Argentina by winning the Copa America, and coming back home, life was supposed to be normal. They were supposed to get back home in Spain and kick off the new season, but in a couple of hours, life as they knew it was going to change, and nothing was going to remain the same. The club was in a financial mess, and Messi was in the middle of it. See, because of some shady transfer deals in the past, coupled with some of the officials at the club trying to steal funds meant for the team, Barca was broke, and they couldn't afford to register the team for the new season. In the end, they were left with 2 of the most impossible options the club had ever seen. Let Messi leave and register the team for the new season, or renew Messi's contract and not be able to register the team. In the end, they chose to let Messi go. And when he got the news, Messi and his wife were in tears. Not just because they were leaving everything they knew behind, but because they knew that for Thiago and his brothers, this one was going to be huge. According to Messi, when the news of them leaving the club broke out, each one of their kids took it differently. Ciro, Thiago's youngest brother, was too young to understand what was going on, and Matteo, Thiago's immediate junior, understood a bit and was in tears all through. Thiago, the news changed him and was about to shape him into a man. Life in Paris was different. For Thiago, it was a continuation of the same thing, trying to get to the top and become a pro just like his dad. So when Messi had the kids sign up to the PSG Academy youth teams, they trained without a fuss and put in the hard yards, especially Thiago. At this point, Thiago was understanding the game even better and was even getting to know his position. At PSG, Thiago was playing in the under-10s as an attacking midfielder or as a winger. But even Thiago won't have enjoyed it there because, in truth, the Messis were having a horrible time in Paris. Despite winning the league 2 seasons back-to-back, Messi's time at PSG wasn't what he thought it would be. The dream link-up with Mbappe and Neymar couldn't win the Champions League. Heck, it couldn't even get them past the round of 16. For Thiago, it was different, because right from day one, he'd always been his dad's biggest fan. And so seeing the PSG fans turn on his dad like that because of 2 disappointing seasons must have got to him. And to Messi too, because in the end, after Messi's contract was up, together with the family, they decided they weren't going to renew, and instead entered one of the craziest transfer roller coasters I've ever seen. Now Messi had made his decision public, and together with his family, they all watched to see what was going to happen. Barca wanted Messi back home, and for Thiago, this would have been the dream move, going back to his old friends and the people he used to know. But in the end, the Messis agreed on a deal to join Inter Miami, and the reason for that was because the deal was just too good to resist. Messi was going to become the new face of the league and bag a huge paycheck, but more importantly, was going to be in a place where he'd have more time to catch up with Thiago and his brothers. brothers and watch them grow too. Unlike the European calendar, football in the MLS is different, meaning Messi was now going to be able to balance being a dad with being a footballer. Soon as Messi said yes, Thiago knew this move was going to be big for him, but he also knew it was time to make his big decision, which was going to shock everyone, including his dad. Compared to his brothers, according to Messi, Matteo lives in the spotlight and is always trying to get attention, but Thiago hates it. The kid just wants to be himself. He doesn't want to be called the next Messi yet, and because of that, he was even reported to have wanted to change the name on the back of his jersey to Thiago instead of Messi. Bold move. At Inter Miami, life was different from Paris and Barca. Heck, the atmosphere was different. And once Thiago realized that every kid in the locker room had already subscribed to Mr. Football, he felt at home. Straight away, Thiago got to work, and his performance for his new team were out of this world. Thiago had impressed his new teammates and coaches so much that for the coming season, he was given the number 10 jersey, just like his dad wore for the senior team. But it didn't just stop there, because Thiago was a different breed. See guys, all those years at Barca and PSG changed him and made him grow up quicker, having to leave everything and everyone he knew behind to follow his dad to a new country, new league, and getting to a place where people didn't like him and his family that much. All of this made Thiago grow up. Now he was no longer that shy kid who didn't want attention. He was now one of the most vocal kids on the team, and the leadership skills he'd gotten from all these challenges got him selected as captain of the youth team. Thiago's career was on the up, but it was about to be put to the test when he got the news that a huge name in the game was coming to watch him play: his dad. Messi got injured representing the Inter Miami first team, and he could have stayed at home and recovered like he was supposed to, but instead, Messi used the opportunity to come watch his son play and captain the team. In the end, Thiago put in a good shift, like he's always done, but the thing is, life isn't just about the upward curves. Sometimes things can get rough quickly, and Thiago was about to find out the hard way. He'd broken his arm while playing with his brothers, and Thiago was out. This injury couldn't have come at a worse time because Thiago was supposed to be part of the Inter Miami team that would be traveling to Naples for a youth team competition, but now his participation in that tournament was in doubt. The Messis were sweating on trying to get Thiago fit in time for action, but Thiago himself wasn't going to sit back and watch people sulk because of him, and in a couple of weeks he was back. Only this time he looked different. Yep, the kid missed the game so much he decided to rock up to the pitch playing for his team with an arm brace. In the end, Thiago's arm healed up, and just in time too, because that tournament in Naples was going to be huge. Everyone was coming, including his dad. The tournament was supposed to be an opportunity for some of the game's next generation ballers to get scouted, but for Thiago it was more than that. It was another chance to show the world that the hype around him was real, and he was more than just Messi's son. And it kinda seems like he did, because my man was already bagging fans just by taking corners. Look at that, at 12 he's already bagged more chicks than I've ever done, and I'm 22. But listen guys, this tournament was an eye-opener to Thiago because coming up against other talented kids his age, he knew if he wanted to be taken seriously in the next generation category, he had to start producing better numbers. And once he got back home to Inter Miami, Thiago became a goal machine. The year's 2024 and Thiago has been in terrific goal-scoring form for his team. In 6 games for the under-12s, Thiago has notched up 13 goals and 7 assists. Combine that was his dribbling accuracy and insane passes, and the kid is already on his way to becoming a superstar. Heck, who knows, he might even kick off from where his dad left off, with his greatest rival. For over a decade, Thiago's dad Leo Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo shared the biggest stage in the game and created the GOAT rivalry, but now that era's gone. It's time for a new era, and just as Thiago's making serious waves in the game, Cristiano Ronaldo's son Cristiano Jr. is also doing the same thing, and some fans have even started labeling this one as the GOAT rivalry continued part 2. Still, back to Thiago now, and even though it doesn't seem like it, he knows that from his dad's end, there's no pressure, because Messi just wants to see his son succeed. I want them to do what makes them happy. This means that even if Thiago chose another career path, he knows he'd have his dad's support, because Messi loves him. But I doubt that's going to be happening anytime soon, because from merely just watching Thiago play, it's clear the kid wants to go pro. Either that or he's trying to rubbish a crazy allegation his dad made against him years back. See, in an exclusive interview, Messi got asked about each one of his kids, and while he said that Ciro being the youngest meant he didn't know much, the stuff he said about Thiago and his brother will blow your mind. Messi claimed that while Thiago was the more mature out of the two, and even calling him the professor of the family, he also said that when it comes down to pure football talent, Thiago's brother Matteo is the more natural footballer, meaning Matteo's better. I bet Thiago heard this too, and ever since he'd been trying to prove that hard work beats talent every day. Crazy how Thiago's like the 2.0 of his dad with crazy new modifications, but I don't think it gets any crazier crazier than the most obvious one. Thinking about it, Messi's left foot has to arguably go down as the greatest the world has ever seen, and you'd think that with a left-footed ability like that, Messi would be teaching his kids how to use their left foot to bang goals. But it's different, because Thiago's right-footed. Yep, all those crazy skills and goals, he's been pulling them off on his right foot. Amazing. I don't think it bothers Messi much, because that's just one of a few differences between him and his son. And he also knows that when it comes to the important things in life, Thiago's a gem. The kid's got a good heart, and he's shown he'd do anything for the people he calls his friends, by getting his best friend the ultimate birthday present, his dad. Thiago convinced Messi to attend his best friend's birthday party and surprise all his teammates. And it worked because the looks on their faces said everything. Looking at Thiago again, it's safe to say he'd be the complete package. Looks, football talent, and with a name like Messi's own, he's on track to making his name in the game. Hopefully Thiago keeps the love up with his dad and doesn't end up betraying him in the future, like his dad to the people that saved his life years back. See, if not for these dudes, there won't have been a Thiago Messi. Why? Because there won't have been a Lionel Messi. Just like this big secret, there's a list of other shocking things I bet you didn't know about the GOAT. So hit the next video to find out the 10 shocking things you didn't know about Lionel Messi.